Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Thursday, December the 1st. Race number 5 at Aqueduct. We're going 7 furlongs. It's a $25,000 claiming event for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Let's take a peek at this field. We begin down towards the inside with the number 1 Pure Lemon, a Grade 2 winner in Puerto Rico. It hasn't been great on the mainland thus far for Pure Lemon, but she's getting a little bit of class relief.
Probably needs it, and also needs to improve, obviously, if she's going to compete in here. But Rudy does very well with these kind, particularly 3-year-olds facing older horses. Look, not for me, but at the end of the day, you're going to get a fair number. Always dangerous, Rudy Irad. Probably not the worst long shot you could find.
In my opinion, the horse to beat's the number 2 Mastic, because whenever you drop with speed, that is a big angle, and if you look at the Moss pace ratings on Formulator, this horse has some strong pace figs. Mastic last time out might have been in way too tough, and the non-winners are one other than on October 14th. She faced a horse named Tail for Ruby, and all that one did was come back to win the $100,000 Safely Kept Stakes at Laurel with an 83 buyer. The last 2 times she was in for a tag, she won.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I think she's the speed nearest the rail, and I think she's just faster than the other speeds in this race. I don't know about you. The distance doesn't terrify me, but I think for some people, and understandably so, that's got to be a little bit of a concern going 7. Most of her races 6.5 furlongs. I'm not terrified of it, but I can understand if some people have some trepidation about it.
I'm a little bit concerned about the distance, and again, you're taking her off a race in which she was very, very tired, albeit against better horses on October the 14th. Reunited with Jose Ortiz, who was aboard for the win 3 starts back. Mama Joyce, the number 3, has a little bit of speed. Not sure she's as fast to keep Mastic honest on the front end. Claimed for 32, in for 25. For me, that's not really a powerful angle.
Yeah, and that's fair, and I think the bigger thing and the bigger concern for me anyway is 2 victories for her lifetime, both of them gate-to-wire fashion. Aaron Greider, you know he's going to try to make the front. I just don't think she's quite as fast as the filly to the inside.
Number 4 is More Than Rainbows. This is a horse that's going turf to dirt. The last time she went turf to dirt, she ended up winning. Although it was an off-the-turf race at Monmouth on May the 30th, she's got a little bit of speed. Do you think she's fast enough to keep Mastic honest at the very least?
Yeah, depending on what kind of figures you look at, that turf race most recently, if she runs that early on, she's going to be very, very difficult to deal with early on, particularly for a horse like Mastic, and maybe it does set up for some horses coming from off the pace, and you and I were kind of in that boat. We'd like to have somebody kind of setting the tone early on, softening everybody else up so we can make a move.
I need the 3, the 4, or somebody else to go after Mastic, because it would really help the chances of my top selection. The number 5, Just Got Out, who will make her first start off the Linda Rice claim. She retains the services of Joel Rosario. And last time out, she kind of broke awkwardly over a wet track. She was hung out 3-4 wide entering the turn, but she was really rolling at the end to finish second. Maybe that was questionable competition, but that's not my real worry with Just Got Out. My real worry is the distance. Is it too short for her?
It's possible. You know, you look, she's done most of her best work, a mile and 16th, mile and an 1/8. Linda obviously does tremendous work past 2 years. First after the claim, sprinting at Aqueduct in claiming events, 4 for 8 with a 3.5 ROI. There's a lot to like here. The biggest concern, the way you laid it out at the beginning, is she going to get the pace that she needs, and is the distance a little bit too short for her?
She does handle a wet track. There's been some rain here in New York on Wednesday. There's a good possibility that the main track at the Big A on Thursday is less than fast. The number 6 is Doing What She Likes. No match for a runaway most recently. That chorus line won by 8 on November the 4th. That was a $50,000 starter allowance. Jeremiah Engelhardt always seems to place his horses in the right spot. That's why he's winning 26% for the year. And the last time this horse was in with a price on her head, she wanted an okay price.
Yeah, and I suppose you could also make the case that most recent start at Aqueduct, November the 4th, maybe she was up against it as far as the track is concerned. Maybe speed did okay. She was trying to come from way out of it. I do wonder, she's getting class relief, but boy, she's another one that's going to possibly be up against her from a pace scenario if it doesn't develop.
Ring Knocker, I think, is a little bit of an interesting horse at a price here. This is the number 7 who won a condition claimer at Saratoga on August the 29th. Looked pretty good doing so and beating a couple of next out winners. After that, might have been a bit overmatched in for the starter 50. They tried turf, which is not her game. And then last time out, she was running late to finish second. Claimed by Joe Parker, a low-profile conditioner, but all that means is you get a price.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to get an inflated price. I like her a little bit simply because she has that nice little tactical speed. She doesn't have to come from way out of it. Although most recently she did come from a little bit farther out of it, even though it only looks like she was 2 lengths, length and a half. She did try to make that big move at the end. My concern, I know it's a small sample size, Joe Parker off the claim, I believe 0 for 12, and only 2 of them have hit the board, so not really a strong suit of his, but at the same time, you're going to get an inflated number on a horse that not that far behind.
Number 8 is the Wildcat Girl, coming up for a win for $20,000, beating Ring Knocker in that November the 9th affair. This is a very hard-hitting mare. She's won 10 times in her career. She's been on the board 21 of 37. She's earned over 6 figures in 2016 alone. But she is stepping up in class, and if the track is wet, you might want to downgrade her chances slightly. She has yet to hit the board from 5 off-track tries.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I say unfortunately, this is where I landed. If it is a wet track, obviously I'm going to need to take that into consideration. The pace scenario, which we've already touched on, if it doesn't develop, she may be up against it. I just like the fact that this is a filly that in the past, when she wins a race, she's come back and won again. Look, this is where she makes her money. She's in that sort of low mid-level claiming between 16 and 25. She goes in and out. I think she's in decent enough form. Ed Barker's done well with these sorts over the past handful of years. Past year, winner last out at Aqueduct, 3 for 8, with almost 3 ROI. If she gets the pace that she needs, I think she's got a shot. You bring up a big concern, though, the wet track.
Number 9 is My Savannah Belle. We talked about Mastic dropping in class. This horse has taken a huge drop for Asif Ronan. Pace presser last time out on September the 29th in a field that included Konaya, who came back to run 3rd in a graded stake. The Raven run with an 88 Beyer speed figure. I mean, just 3 starts ago, she was 2nd behind the stakes class Skin for Money and put up an 85 Beyer. If she runs that race, she wins, and from the outside, she probably can find a nice stalking spot. Why the drop? I mean, this is a stakes-winning mare. You could always breed a horse like this, and you're dangling her in for 25?
Yeah, boy, it screams so many red flags here, because not only do you look at it, obviously the class relief, but you look who she was running against. Like you say, 3-back, you've got Eskin for Money, but 2-back Iris Jasper, Sophia's Song, 4-back Paula Silver Lining. You've got a lot of quality fillies and mares in there. And now you're just dumping her, just saying we don't want any part of her. And this is after a little bit of a layoff, I should say. For me, there's just enough to be concerned about with this drop. She fits in here beautifully, don't get me wrong. She's the horse to beat. I just think there are too many red flags.
The 2 and the 9, they drop. Precipitous drop for these horses. Maybe they've just found the right spot. They're going to take their share of money, however. We're going to go for perhaps sharper horses that need to prove themselves at this class level or distance. Matt's going with the 8, the Wildcat Girl, 8, 2, 5, and 9. I'm going to go with the Linda Claim, the 5, just got out, 5, 9, 3, and 8. And if you happen to be playing the Thursday Aqueduct card from home, you know where to go, drf.com/freebet. Because if you sign up now at DRF Bets, $100 sign-up bonus, $100 worth of free bets just waiting for you. Approximate post time for race number 5 at Aqueduct on Thursday, 2:16 Eastern. Good luck.